football.
Hello and welcome to Stamford Bridge. It's been a month since Chelsea last had a home game, so it's a chance for the Blues fans to cheer on their manager after what's been an eventful few weeks. Big news, Emma Hayes will be leaving Chelsea Women at the end of the season.
Emma Hayes has been confirmed as the new head coach of the US Women's National Team.
It's hugely significant news.
I feel sorry for anybody that's come in to take her place.
Not just for Chelsea, but for the WSL, the most decorated Chelsea manager of all time.
Another title for Chelsea and the remarkable Emma Hayes.
A massive gap to fill.
Well, it only feels right that there's going to be a whopping 15 to 20,000 in here today to sing the name of the manager who effectively built Chelsea Women. We're going to be hearing from Emma Hayes about why she's USA bound in just a few moments. It's the champions Chelsea against Liverpool, who've had a very decent start to the season themselves. They've already shocked Arsenal at the Emirates, and kick-off here is in just over 10 minutes' time. And I'm delighted to be joined by this one today. Former England goalkeeper Karen Bardsley and our new WSL Hall of Famer, Anita Asante. We're going to give you more time to talk about that at half-time, Anita, because we want to see the trophy and you can talk us through it all. But actually, here at Stamford Bridge, Emma Hayes is still joking that she could be sacked from Chelsea this season. She still needs to do a job. Don't think it's going to happen because they're still unbeaten and sitting pretty at the top of the league.
Well, Chelsea are in great away and home form, and you saw in recent fixtures in the WSL against Everton, they scored 3 goals, Aston Villa the same, so they'll be really confident that they can put on a good, solid display today.
Yeah, you can see their players out there warming up, sitting top on there of the WSL, 16 points, but up against Liverpool, who are on the up as well. Finished 7th last season, but unbeaten in their last 4 WSL games, Karen.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I mean, it's been a really encouraging start for Liverpool. I think, they should be really, really confident in the way that they went to the Emirates and beat Arsenal there, and they've picked up points along the way. Sure, maybe dropped one against West Ham where they could have ended up winning it, but I think, again, they can take a lot of confidence into this game. They're aggressive in their approach to the plan, but they also defend incredibly resolutely.
Yeah, Liverpool really hard to break down. Let's bring you some team news from today at Stamford Bridge, because Chelsea make 6 changes from the side that drew at Real Madrid on Wednesday in the Champions League. No captain Millie Bright in the squad, but Sophie Ingle is and will become the WSL record appearance maker with 184. And as for Liverpool, Norway World Cup striker Sophie Romanhar got her first for the club in front of our cameras last week at Tottenham, and she's going to be looking to add to that today. Well, it's been a hectic few weeks for Chelsea boss Emma Hayes. I tell you what she needs, a job in international football. But despite all of that, she still found time to sit down with our pundit, Farrah Williams, who's turned reporter.
The first Wembley winners of the Women's FA Cup.
It's a domestic trouble for Emma Hayes' team.
The most successful manager in the women's game in the modern era.
Right, we've got to talk about it. Obviously, the one subject I didn't want to talk about is obviously you leaving my beloved Chelsea to jump ship and go over the pond to the US. I think we heard yourself say it was the only job that would have taken you away from this club. No-brainer in all areas for you?
I mean, listen, my family are devastated.
Me too.
They're Chelsea. They're Chelsea, and it's not every day that opportunity is going to come up in life. And I never saw it coming. I never thought it was necessarily something I was going to do. But you live once, and Maybe, I can't say losing my dad serves as a reminder of that. As I said before, my son's getting older, and for me the most important things in life, which are family, and I never ever want to outstay my welcome. It just, honestly, it plagues me. And the thought that if this ever happened in my time here, I wouldn't cope with that. Not that I personally, not that I'd allow it, but I don't want to be that manager that was just there 1 year too long, 2 years too. I don't want to be that manager. I want to be one that took it to a place, left it in a healthy place, and can come back as a fan.
Are you in the process of helping Chelsea appoint a new manager? Because obviously the success that you've built over the years, you know, I compare you to the likes of Sir Alex Ferguson and the likes of Arsene Wenger and what they did for both United and Arsenal, but you've obviously done that for Chelsea ladies.
Of course, I'm going to play a part because I'm the sort of person who'll say, well, what does the team need? What sort of fit? What does it look like? What qualities have they got to have? And then a collection of people who've been involved in the scenes, behind the scenes for a long time. There'll be a collection of people that Chelsea fans can trust, not just me.
I think that's what we want to hear.
Trust the process, trust the people. We have time. We will find the right candidate. I'm sure of it. Whoever gets this job is extremely lucky.
Going to Stamford Bridge, first time since obviously the fans knowing that you're leaving at the end of the year. Emotionally, how will that feel?
I feel guilty. Do you know, I've said it before, I feel like I'm abandoning my family. I feel like I've let them down. Listen, it's in my heart, so it will feel, any moment I have with the fans I always enjoy, but every moment I will have with them till the end will feel special. And I've always said I just hope I can make Chelsea fans proud. I've given the fans and the community a team that people can identify with and they enjoy watching, and I'm not done yet. Like, there's a lot of winning to do this year.
Always great to hear from Emma Hayes. Going to hear more of that interview at half-time. Trust the process, Anita, she says. 13 major honours. I think everyone trusts Emma Hayes' process. But interesting to hear her say about she will have a role in choosing who comes through that door next.
Yeah, I think it's really important for that smooth transition and having someone come in who really understands the club, the philosophy, but whoever is coming in has big boots to fill because of the legacy that Emma has created, and it's going to be a really difficult challenge for them.
Yeah, she's going to get a great reception from this crowd today. In terms from a player's perspective, Karen, how do you think if you're in that dressing room and you know that she's going to USA, how would you be taking it as a player?
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's tough, obviously. I mean, she's driven everything from it about this club, like the focus and the winning mentality. So you think, oh, actually, if I'm a player in that squad, I almost want to make this opportunity the best send-off I can possibly make for her, but then also leave my place in the best stead possible for that new manager, because she's obviously going to be involved in that decision-making process, like you said.
Yeah.
So how can I put my best foot forward to make sure that I'm fully involved with it underneath that next manager?
Yeah, and such a talented squad, Anita.
Incredibly talented squad, so you know whoever's going to come in is really lucky because Emma's made that transition smooth for them, because she's recruited top talent to come in and make sure that that transition is readily to maintain the success at the top of the game as well.
Okay, well, let's hear from Emma's opposite number today. Matt Beard has been talking to Betty Glover ahead of this one.
You've got great away form so far this season. You've, of course, already beaten Arsenal as well. Does that give you and the team a lot of confidence going into today?
Look, we're pleased with how we've started. This is a completely different kettle of fish playing against Chelsea. I mean, you just look at the team. Trying to guess what the 11 was going to be throughout the week is impossible, especially with them having a midweek game. But no, listen, we're pleased with how we've started. We know it's going to be a tough game today, but you know, we've caused Chelsea problems last year in the 3 games that we played, so we know that they don't like playing against us, and we're looking forward to the game today.
Liverpool, the joint best defence in the WSL, only 4 goals conceded, and this player, Gemma Bonner, plays a key role in that, Anita.
Well, as a former defender, I get excited about defenders like Gemma Bonner because she's a proper defender. You know, her positional awareness, her timing, as you see in this situation, to make that challenge in the right moment, and she's such a leader for this team.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, just at the edge of the area, like her positional awareness too. She's in line with the goal. She knows where the danger is going to come from. She's so brave.
And, you know, the aerial threat she possesses as well because of her presence, her aerial ability. She's a threat from set pieces, and that could be key for them today as well.
Yeah, she's an experienced player, a real leader in there, Karen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's not afraid to kind of obviously put her body on the line, but the way she manages the back line as well, constantly squeezing them up, understanding where the danger is coming from. You know, like players alongside her, a little bit younger and inexperienced, will take a lot of leadership and confidence knowing that she's there.
Yeah, where's the key battles in this game today, Anita?
Well, I think it's going to be in that Chelsea front line against that defensive block as we expect from Liverpool, and whether or not they can expose and create space for themselves to create really good attacks.
We saw Liverpool last weekend against Tottenham, that they were brave, they were attacking. Do you think we'll see that here today?
I think so. I think obviously they'll be aware of the dangers, you know, in terms of transition as well. They've got a very strong midfield, Chelsea, and they've shown that they can expose that. They did midweek against Real Madrid. But I think the big key battles as well are going to be down those flanks. Eve Charles, for instance, was outstanding midweek against Real Madrid, and I think we'll see her be involved a lot today.
Okay, well, the fans are excited to be back here at Stamford Bridge. Two other people excited to be here, our commentary team today. Gilly Flaherty is alongside Robin Cowan for this one.
Thank you very much, Alex. Good afternoon, everyone. A physically and emotionally draining outing in Madrid in midweek. It's back to the business of the WSL, the defending champions. One of two sides unbeaten so far this season. Chelsea's home record is impeccable. They're currently on an 18-game winning streak. That includes games here at Stamford Bridge and Kingsmeadow. Can Liverpool play the role of disruptors? Emma Hayes makes 6 changes from the match in Madrid. Zecira Musovic starts in goal, and Katrin Berger has started the last 4, drops to the bench. Sophie Ingle comes in to make a record 184th appearance in the WSL. There's a first league start for Aggie Beaver-Jones for Chelsea. She scored in each of the last 3 league games. Captain Millie Bright isn't named in the squad today. 2 changes for Liverpool from last week's draw at Tottenham. Emma Koivisto returns from injury, having missed the last 3 games with a hamstring problem. There's a first start of the season for Shanice van der Sanden, who partners Sophie Roman Hawk up front. The Norwegian scored her first Liverpool goal last time out. The first home appearance for Emma Hayes following the news that she will depart at the end of the season for the United States of America. An unbeaten start to the season. Gilly Flaherty for Chelsea, and much of that is thanks to one of the form players so far this season.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Niamh Charles, for me, she's the key player to watch for Chelsea today. She's been in incredible form. She gets a goal and an assist midweek. Should have had 2 goals, to be brutally honest with you, but she's just been such an asset to Chelsea. She's played in every single minute for them. That just shows how pivotal and important she is to this team. And then for me, for Liverpool, Marie Herbinger, you know, that's the one who I'm looking at today, because I think since she's come into that midfield, she's given a bit of stability, she's given the experience, she's come from Zurich, where she's won a lot there as well. She's played in every game as well. She's got 3 goals for Liverpool this season, top joint goal scorer for the club. So she's a great addition to the team, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she does today too.
Liverpool have had a decent start, unbeaten in the last 4, and their only defeat so far this season was at Anfield against Merseyside rivals Everton. Kirsty Dowell is the referee at Stamford Bridge. The only game taking place today in the WSL. Lots to go at tomorrow, particularly Brighton hosting Arsenal, and then the Manchester derby later on, which you can listen to on BBC Sounds. Millie Bright, the captain, not named in the squad today, but is here in attendance. Not used to seeing her watch from the sidelines.
Yeah, and she's not going to be happy either about not being involved. I mean, I've also played with Millie Bright, and she'd have her leg falling off, which she did towards the end of my career there, and yeah, she still played. She's such an important part of the team.
Rapturous applause from all in Stamford Bridge as the 2 sets of players take the knee ahead of kick-off, and it is Liverpool in the reds to get us underway. Another crucial game in the Women's Super League. And clearly Emma Hayes felt that she needed to rotate the squad following the Wednesday night fixture in Madrid. She'll still be hoping they can get the job done today.
Yeah, I think she's got full faith in her squad, and obviously she's got the depth. The squad, you know, is a large investment that Chelsea have had in being one of the best squads in the league. But yeah, Wednesday's game was a really physical game, and I think that's why she's made the changes today.
Liverpool looking for the fast start. Erin Cuthbert sliding in, no foul given. This time the foul is given for Aggie Beever-Jones.
Yeah, just obviously watching back a little bit, Grace Fiss, a little bit of a loose touch. Yeah, and it was evident it was a free kick.
Chelsea have already won here at Stamford Bridge, opening game of the season against Tottenham Hotspur. Here is Jess Carter for Chelsea, the only other player who's played every single minute, along with Niamh Charles. That Chelsea left solid as a rock, although Liverpool's defence is got exactly the same record in the WSL for goals conceded, just 4 apiece. Very much the foundation of Liverpool's good start as well. Musovic goes long towards Sam Kerr, who wins the header. Taylor Hines turning away from Aggie Beever-Jones. It's the loose pass. Here's Cuthbert. Now Sophie Ingle, formerly of Liverpool. James, first touches on the ball for her. Spreads it out to Niamh Charles. And that's good defending, and it's her first corner kick in the game for Chelsea.
Yeah, it's really good play from Lauren James as well. She just sees Niamh Charles on her left-hand side there, and I think Niamh Charles, she's so dangerous all season when she gets into that. And I think Wednesday's game against Real Madrid, she wasn't up high enough. She didn't get released high enough until after the first 15 minutes or so. So Liverpool have to be aware of her today.
Early chance on the corner kick. Taken by Perisset. Worked back to Lauren James. Drifts it in. Laws with the punch. Beever-Jones with the swing at it. And Fisk still trying to get it back. Liverpool making a bit of a meal of clearing this. Pressure continues. Charles. Kerry Holland's attempted clearance is closed down. Eventually Fisk puts it out of play.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised really with Rachel Laws punching that. It didn't really seem like there was anyone around her. Didn't know if she'd be able to potentially just catch that one. Nearly puts her team in trouble afterwards.
It was well recycled. Niamh Charles. Cuthbert. Ooh. That was nearly touched in. There's Marie. Jenna Clark. Potential for an own goal there.
That's one of those ones. When you're a defender, you just hold your breath. Even I held my breath then commentating, because I'm like, as a centre-back, you do not want that going into your own net.
Jenna Clark, summer edition from Glasgow City. Perisset once again over this corner kick. Well defended. Chelsea winning it back high up the pitch once again. Charles. That's given away cheaply. Nagano.
I think Lauren James there was doing an important job, because she'd seen that Emma Kavisto wanted to join in. Obviously, when you play with a wing-back as well and the other team are not playing that formation, it's a lot of work that the forward players have to do. So important for Lauren James there to get back.
Clean challenge from James, but it's one back. Out of play by Clark. 13 trophies with Chelsea, and you wouldn't put it past her to add a couple more before she departs.
I know, as if they needed any more incentive, you know, to go and bring trophies home for this club. You know, they're all, a lot of these players signed for Chelsea because of Emma, you know, so they're going to want to make sure in her last season that they bring home silverware, especially the big one as well, the Champions League.
Newskin's ball, well read by Taylor Hines, wearing the captain's armband once again today. Clearance from Laws. Charles with the header, picked up by Lauren James. Delightfully done.
I don't think in all the time I've watched Lauren James, I don't think I've ever seen her panic. No, just so calm, so composed, just taking the touch around another player. Not even a sweat drop, you know, there's no bother at all from her.
Mielda, seen her game time limited slightly now. The emergence of Jess Carter and Millie Bright as the pairing there, and sometimes plays a right back, not today. One back by Charles. First time ball from Newskin is well read.
Just seen as well on the far side, Taylor Hines got a big job today because Aggie Beaver-Jones is playing too far away from Grace Fisk for her to go out and to mark her, but it's sitting in between her and Taylor Hines, so she's doing really well so far. First, obviously, 6 minutes or so to make sure she's tracking back and reading that threat.
Laws sends it forward. Well won by van der Sanden. Back to Musovic. Release just in time. Oh, that's given away. Hines with the cross straight at Musovic. Not really too many to aim for.
No, you see, obviously, Mielda gives the ball away there soppily from her own standards too, but Taylor Hines gets the ball, looks up, she's got Shanice van der Sanden in the box against 2-3 defenders in there. It's going to be hard for her to win that.
Lovely first-time ball from Beaver-Jones. Kerr trying to make the run in behind, but it's picked up by Bonner.
I think they're really going to try and isolate Gemma Bonner and Sam Kerr 1v1 in this game, Chelsea. I think they're going to try and draw the other two centre-backs, Jenna Clark, Grace Fisk, away, so it isolates and a 1v1 battle between them two.
Liverpool have already had a statement win at a big stadium in London this season. Opening day, a 1-0 win over Arsenal. If they're going to do that again, it might have to be a similar sort of back-to-the-wall performance, but here they come. Kerry Holland, pass cut out by Carter, she's got it back. Here's Koivisto. Can't get around Niamh Charles, and the double ricochet means it is a Chelsea goal kick.
It's frustrating for Liverpool as well. You know, you see what she's trying to do, getting the cross in, but Niamh Charles tracked back really, really well there. You know, and puts the block in. But yeah, you're talking about how Liverpool are going to play against Chelsea. As much as they want to go all guns blazing and attack, they have to make sure that they're right at the back. So if they can come away with a 1-0 win like they did against Arsenal, I'm sure they'll be very pleased with that.
Holland turning away from Beaver-Jones. Fisk eventually deciding to go all the way back to Laws. It's well won by Koivisto. Hooked over the top. Too much on that for van der Sanden. Heresy. Miscommunication. James had made the run. Erbinger's pass cut out. This could spell trouble. Lovely ball from Ingle. Finds James in space. Lauren James with the shimmy and the shot and the goal. Clinical. A quite brilliant counter from Chelsea. And Lauren James had it covered all day long. 1-0 to Chelsea.
Yeah, you'd absolutely bank on Lauren James to put the ball away there, but that's come from Liverpool's turnover. You know, Jenna Clark, she's won the ball. For me, she's done the wrong option of going inside. She should have come down the outside. She gives the ball away. It's meant to be for Herbinger, but it's a hospital pass. She stretches, she loses it, and obviously because Jenna Clark stepped in with the ball, she's now left that space there, which Lauren James just sat in. I mean, it's a great finish in the opposite corner, but that will frustrate Matthew Beard because it's come from a Liverpool turnover. They was in possession, they gave it away. The space that was left there by Jenna Clark has been picked up from Lauren James, and you bank on her every time to put it in the back of the net.
Scored at Stamford Bridge on the opening day against Tottenham, and she's done it at the same venue against Liverpool. Drop of the shoulder, and Bonner was never going to get across to prevent that one. Lovely goal from Lauren James. Liverpool left exposed, and that, as you said, Gilly, will really frustrate Matt Beard. Lovely turn, though, from Van der Sanden. In behind, will there be an instant response? Needs to make the right decision, pulls it back, and it's there! 1-1! That is absolutely brilliant from Liverpool. They strike back seconds after conceding. All square.
You know, I'm not really a stats person, but they do say in football that you are most vulnerable once you have just scored a goal, and it's just proven there as well. Herbinger does really well here because she picks it up. Shanice Van der Sanden, so far since the start of this game, she's really pulled Jess Carter really wide away from Maren Mjelde. Great turn, she used her body, and here she's got one thing on her mind. She drives in. I was sitting there thinking, cut it, because you're taking too long, but it's one of those ones where defenders are running back to the goal, it goes in, but a big positive first touch for her. I think it's a Jess Carter own goal there, but you know, you put it in the right place at the right time, and that's one of them dangerous runs. You're running back to goal, and it can go in.
Jess Carter, who misjudged the initial ball down the line, has put it into her own net, and Matt Beard. What a roller coaster of emotions from him.
Yeah, he was fuming at one point, and now he's happy again. But that's what I think, when you play with a two up top with Liverpool, and they've got someone like Shanice Van der Sanden who's got bundles of pace, she's not going to be one of those strikers who wants to stay central. She'll spin you. And if two centre forwards are playing up against the two centre backs and they're stretching them really wide, you know, Chelsea's defence are going to look so exposed, which they did just then.
Got to say, there were rare error from Jess Carter. Usually her 1v1 decision-making is impeccable.
Yeah, I think sometimes, though, as a defender, that's just the hunger that you want to go and win the ball. And Shanice Van der Sanden played with her, played against her for many years. She's got that in her locker. You know, she does it to me in training when I was at Liverpool. She'd just spin you, and then once she spun you, she's got the pace to beat you. But noticing, obviously, Jess Carter's got her legs strapped up. Is that a problem? Is that a worry for her too? Is she playing potentially at lower percentage?
Ball over the top. An untimely slip from Beaver Jones, who was latching onto that. Again, that looked like a potentially dangerous moment for Liverpool. Foul on Holland and a free kick for Liverpool.
I think that's a clear free kick. Erin Cuthbert just too rash on that decision there, but Chelsea just need to settle it a little bit. You know, Liverpool, they've got the momentum with it. They're pushing forward, they're looking forward. But I mean, obviously, Grace Fisk, I think, there would have been pleased that Aggie Beaver-Jones did have that initial slip.
Beaver Jones. Nicely done. Chelsea Academy products, but spent last season on loan at Everton. It seems to have done her very good. Charles. Now Ingle. Beaver Jones the target, wins the header, but it will bounce harmlessly to Rachel Laws. And the 3 times these two met last season, it was the home side that won each time. Splendid win on the opening day at Prenton Park for Liverpool. Didn't prevent Chelsea from lifting the title once again, though. It's a good idea from Van der Sanden.
Yeah, I think Emma Cavisto was reading it and going in the inside. Obviously, she swapped places with Van der Sanden there, but so we're just able to watch the goal back here. It's that first touch that she cuts right across. Like I said, initially I thought she was taking too long to put the ball in the back across the box because Chelsea were recovering and defending, but it's a painful one for Jessica. I've been there as a defender when you put it in your own net. It's not nice.
James, space opening up. Attempt to find Sam Kerr, wasn't successful. Cut out by Jenna Clark. Herbinger, Liverpool, playing with real confidence now. Good challenge from Nuskin to win it back. Trying to get it back early. Through early, I should say, for Chelsea. They've won it back here. Win today, Chelsea can go 6 points clear of second place Arsenal, who play tomorrow. James setting her options. Goes wide to Perisset. Here's Nuskin. Cuthbert. Beaver Jones back to Erin Cuthbert. Found a free kick in a good position.
Yeah, I think it's a dangerous position for Chelsea. Obviously, it's probably Taylor Hines be saying that's a little bit of a tactical foul. But again, it is a dangerous position for Chelsea to put the ball into the box there. But Erin Cuthbert, it's that touch back across. You can see Taylor Hines coming in, and it's that touch back across. She draws the foul and puts Chelsea in a good position.
Definitely in a position to have an effort on goal, but options in the box as well to aim for. Perisset, and it is wasted.
Yeah, that is a waste. Now I'm just shaking my head a little bit. It's a difficult position, I think, to score there. And I think with the players that you've got in the box, just stick it in there. Put it in a difficult position for Rachel Laws to come out. You know, players running backwards and dealing with it, but you just expect better from Chelsea.
It's Fisk up to Taylor Hines. Holding it up, but being forced back when she's lost it. And this could spell danger. Beaver Jones. The pass towards Kerr was cut out. And here goes Van der Sanden. Sophie Roman-Hogg making her way towards the edge of the penalty area. Herbinger with a really intelligent run. It's Hogg. Tried to lay it off for Van der Sanden. That was always going to be a difficult one. She's got it back, though. Herbinger with the cross towards Holland. And it's dropped quite nicely for Charles, and now Chelsea can break. Good positioning from Clark. Calmly worked back to the keeper by Grace Fisk.
Yeah, it was like countering a counter there, wasn't it? It was back and forth. But I think what Shanice van der Sande and Haag are doing up top as well is like they are a two. So when Shanice pulls wide, Herbinger, you see that run that she made, that's so important today. And Erin Cuthbert, whoever's in that midfield, Nuskin, Ingle, whoever's marking Herbinger, has to make sure they track her.
Holland drifting away from Erin Cuthbert, finding Hines. It's an easy one for Carter. Nagano will get there. Well, no foul on Nagano. Play on, says the referee. Kerr. It's missed by Fisk, but it's going to be a difficult one for Beaver Jones to try and progress forward anyway.
I just think there Taylor Hines gets the ball. She puts the ball in too early for me. I think Chelsea are set behind sort of them. It's 50-50 balls that you could get better succession by actually keeping the ball and moving Chelsea again.
Charles onto Lauren James. Luskin trying the first time ball. Ball forward by Sophie Ingle. Herbinger. Hines. Second ball picked up by Herbinger. Tried to sweep it out towards van der Sanden. Slight panic there in the Chelsea back line, given away. Herbinger trying to turn. She's still got it. And it will fall nicely here for an effort, and it's well wide for Taylor Hines. Good play though from Liverpool.
Yeah, really good play. And just noting as well a couple of times now, Herbinger's been the first to the balls in midfield, bypassing Sophie Ingle, bypassing Erin Cuthbert. Just seemed a little bit slack, a little bit, not lazy, but tired potentially. I don't know, obviously the midweek game against Real Madrid, they're travelling. But yeah, they just seem to be second to a lot of the first and second balls.
So Emma Hayes will not be using that as an excuse, but it is a tough turnaround, just 2 days. It would have been a late night, Wednesday evening game in Madrid. And she's got a deep squad, but the disruption can have its effect even on the best teams. Here's Lauren James. That's a really good ball. Fantastic from Lauren James on a plate. And Aggie Beaver-Jones scores for the 4th consecutive time. And Chelsea back in front. What a moment for Aggie Beaver-Jones. Scoring for her hometown club at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, I'm just grinning from ear to ear here, because I think an academy player, you know, a youngster has come through to get a goal like that at Stamford Bridge. But Lauren James here, look at the ball on her supposedly weaker foot. Her left foot curls it in. Aggie Beaver-Jones comes off the back of Taylor Hines' shoulder. It's a fantastic header. It's a bullet header. Downwards as well. Rachel Laws not really can do much about that, but it's a great ball in from Lauren James, and how much that will mean to Aggie Beaver-Jones to get that goal here today at Stamford Bridge.
Great ball. Beaver-Jones running onto it defensively, Gilly. Much criticism there.
Yeah, I think obviously Liverpool, Grace Fisk, Taylor Hines, you can't switch off. You need to be aware of where the player is. Neither of them are aware. Taylor Hines, I think, is trying to catch up, but she can't get there. So it's just that finer details, you know, you can't switch off, especially when Chelsea got the ball in the wide areas, how dominant they are in crossing positions.
Beaver-Jones' hot streak continues. Again, Lauren James finding the space on the left-hand side, advancing. It's James. Rachel Laws palming it out to Sam Kerr.
Yeah, she's causing a lot of problems for Liverpool. I think it's her positioning. You know, she's not standing tight on Jenna Clark. she's really pulling off her, really practically in Emma Kavisto's space. So Jenna Clark's wanting to come out, but she can't go out that far. But if Emma Kavisto's having to mark James, you have to do a lot better. You can't allow her to cut inside. You know, Lauren James got one thing in her mind when she cuts inside, and that's to have a shot.
The flick on will be chased down by Van der Sanden. Carter gets there just in the nick of time to clear. Liverpool have done it once today. Can they respond again? Van der Sanden's having a terrific game.
Yeah, she's had a great start to this game, and a lot of Liverpool's attacks and what they're creating is going through her. And I said last year, she was a huge loss for them being injured. She was injured for practically most of the year. I think she come back for the Everton game at Goodison. So yeah, she's been a huge loss, but obviously here again, just to be able to see that goal. It's a great downward header, attacking header, and just the celebrations, what it means to her.
Her first Chelsea start in the WSL. It must be really nice to see, for all their star power that's been brought in, one that's been brought up, making a difference.
Yeah, and I also think as well, she was given the chance to go away, learn her trade at another club, play minutes too, and come back a more mature player, which you're seeing now in her performances.
Working away out of a tight situation, but Lugano gets her foot in. Miolda steps in. Erin Cuthbert with the skill and the strength.
And I think that's sometimes players fear Lauren James so much that they don't want to get drawn to her because they know how good she is with her feet. They don't want to give away free kicks, but you just see the tackle there from Kerry Holland. Like, sometimes that's what you need to do with a player like that. You know, like, not give them the respect. You know, let them keep dictating play, leave your mark and set the tone, you know. And then once Holland does a tackle like that, it will inspire the other girls to do the same.
Cuthbert. Charles onto this one. James forces the corner.
Yeah, Lauren James and Niamh Charles are linking up really well down this left-hand side. And it's difficult for Emma Kavisto and Jenna Clark because the position that they're in, neither one knows what one to step to because they're interchanging. Niamh Charles is staying back, but Lauren James is dropping deeper as well. It's difficult for them both.
Marseille will deliver another corner kick. And a lot of players for Rachel Laws to deal with, right in her eye line. Cuthbert with the strike from the edge. Retrieved by Kerr, now Carter. Player down, this is going to have to be stopped. I think it's Nuskin on the deck. Liverpool have defended the corner kicks fairly well.
Yeah, they've won a lot of the first balls. Obviously, that's Grace Fisk coming on. She's obviously challenging for the ball. Nuskin just sort of gets in a bit of a sandwich there, yeah, and a little headbutt to the side. But Liverpool have done really well. I think Erin Cuthbert there, though, what she done well on the edge of the box is she didn't want to lever the ball. She sort of passed the ball and controlled it back towards the goal, but Liverpool blocked it really well. But it's just a second phase that they have to be switched on to.
So our next WSL offering, Bristol City against Manchester United on the red button. 12:15 start. And tomorrow, Manchester Derby. If you're out and about, you can listen to that on BBC Sounds from 4:30. Gilly, you've played under Matt Beard a couple of times now. What do we reckon he's saying, apart from maybe a few words that are a bit naughty?
Probably a few words that I can't share on primetime TV. But yeah, I think he's just saying about being a bit more organised. I think he'd want him to get a bit higher up as well. You can, even from up here, we can hear him screaming, step up, step up. But I think he's just saying, take a bit of pride in your performance. You know, you're better than what you're showing at the moment. But yeah, you can see he is frustrated, because I think a lot of the problems that they're having, they're causing themselves, and Chelsea just taking advantage of that.
Looks like Newskin's going to be okay, but obviously need to assess her properly. And she's been quite the addition as well for Chelsea. 3 goals, hat-trick against Brighton. Summer signing from Eintracht Frankfurt and a German international. Again, Emma Hayes generally tends to take her time bedding new players in, but Newskin's come straight in. She does make a few exceptions. Charles with the cross in. Beaver-Jones lofts that into the crowd.
She's got the confidence now, though, Aggie Beaver-Jones. You can see her there. Look, she's having a little laugh, a little giggle as well. Probably Sam Kerr's telling her, wait, listen, don't do that again, pass me the ball. But yeah, you see, when she got that edge of the box, her eyes lit up. She's got one thing on her mind.
Just don't get too carried away.
Yeah, just see it there. She wants to do the volley.
The promising thing is that Liverpool have shown that they can get away through this Chelsea team, especially through using the pace of Van der Sanden. James. Charles. Lovely flick, but James struggling to get there in time.
Yeah, I think just what's frustrating Matt Beard there is obviously Emma Kavisto is having to mark Lauren James, and he wants Jenna Clark to be doing that, but he can't because of her positioning. So it means then that Emma Kavisto can't go out to Neve Charles. So it's a difficult one, but I think that's what's frustrating him most.
Cuthbert. Perisset to Beaver-Jones, now Nuskin. Well won by Gemma Bonner. Koivisto. See what Van der Sanden was about to do. Slippy underfoot.
Yeah, and I think Jess Carter read that as well. You can see her backing off a little bit.
Perisset. Fisk. Hines Laws. That's a really good play, Roman Hogg, winning that from a near impossible position, making up several yards to get to that header.
Yeah, and for me, she's not been involved in this game as much as I think Liverpool want her to be. I think when you've got someone like Shanice Van der Sanden who's got pace to be able to play off her, she needs to win those first balls.
Charles. Now Kerr. James once again finding the space. Just telegraph that cross. Something Liverpool are really going to have to address.
I was about to say, I don't believe I'm going to say that Lauren James just put a bad ball into the box, because it's a sentence that you'd think you'd never say in football. But again, it's this right-hand side that are really struggling. Jenna Clark, Emma Cavisto are struggling with Niamh Charles and Lauren James. You see it there in the build-up. It's a 1-2. I can read that from where I'm standing. You know where it's going to go, but Liverpool not reading it quick enough.
Chelsea unbeaten in the WSL this season. Just the one draw against 9-player Manchester City. It's an eventful game at the Academy Stadium. Strong challenge, but a fair one on Lauren James.
And I also think you're looking at 37 minutes near enough, and that's the closest that Jenna Clark's got to her this whole first half. I mean, it's clever play from Lauren James as well, because she just gets her body in the way, and Jenna Clark tries to win it, but she's been too far away to hold this first half from Lauren James.
James. Back to Maren Mjelde. Heresay. Well, Erin Cuthbert did well to keep hold of that under pressure from Roman Hogg. Herbinger wins it back. This could be promising. Van der Sanden. Have to settle for a corner.
Yeah, I think it's lucky for Liverpool really that she's won a corner from that position, but again Herbinger picking the ball up in that position there. I do think it's hard when you've only got Roman Hogg and Shanice Van der Sanden in front of her, when Chelsea really have got a 5 near enough behind, but good play from Van der Sanden to win a corner.
Herbinger delivers towards the near post. Back in towards goal, but James closes it down. Herbinger with time to measure the cross. Punched away by the goalkeeper. Koivisto's header. Straight to Kerr, who took her time. Maybe too much, or has she? Perisset making up good ground. Beaver Jones trying to get past 2 Liverpool players, didn't succeed.
Yeah, Van der Sanden does really well there as well to recover, because you've got Gemma Bonner and Kerry Holland, who literally, well, Gemma Bonner slide tackled and took out Kerry Holland, but they were both out the picture. No, so she does well to fill in and win it back.
Finds his header straight to Mjelde. Perisset turning away from Hines. Finding Nusken. Done one thing well this half, they've kept Sam Kerr fairly quiet. But you've got Lauren James, Aggie Beaver-Jones, Erin Cuthbert also to contend with. Becomes very difficult. Here's Ingle.
Yeah, it's hard because you can't really focus on just marking one player out the game with the quality that Chelsea have. There'll be another player that will just step up and you'll have to worry about too. But Gemma Bonner, I think, has done exceptionally well with Sam Kerr.
Oh, Sam Kerr pulled down. A booking Gemma Bonner had to be confident that was only going to be a yellow.
I'm laughing because I just said she's done really well to deal with her. And that's not what I meant there, but I think she just gets on the wrong side of Gemma Bonner and she knows she's been beaten. Tactical foul, she'll take the yellow there all day long, she'll take the yellow.
Fortunate that she had players in support and also that it was far enough away from goal because, yeah, I think if that was a little further up the pitch, that could have been a different colour. Perisset. Not sure how that free kick routine was supposed to end, but I'm not sure if it was supposed to end like that.
Yeah, just another wasteful ball into the box, really, from Perisset. A couple of times now she's done that.
Now the WSL's all-time record appearance holder, this her 184th, overtaking Keris Harrop. G. Flaherty also on that list.
I'm still clinging on, I'm still in there. A couple more appearances and I'm going to be knocked off at the bottom.
We'll have to make a longer list.
Just include the top 10, will you?
Laws making good distance on the clearance. Bounce beats Van der Sanden. Millie Bright trying to get as involved as she can, it seems.
Yeah, she's a very vocal player. And like I said, she would have been itching to be out there today. She don't like missing games at all. But, you know, you've got to look after her, especially after the summer that she had to.
Herbinger onto Roman Hogg, and now Van der Sanden. One more chance perhaps for Liverpool. Van der Sanden, really good challenge from Jess Carter. Trademark, one that you see often from Liverpool centre-half. Chelsea centre-half, I should say. Beautifully timed from Jess Carter. Here's Perisset. Kerr on the move.
Yeah, the important word there was perfectly timed, you know, because if she got that one wrong, Chelsea could have been in trouble, but she's just grown so much as a defender, Jess Carter. Obviously, I played against her for many years when she was at Birmingham, and obviously then when I left Chelsea, she come to Chelsea. But just seeing her, the way she's matured at this club, you know, playing different positions as well, and even for England, now she's matured there, it's so great to see.
Approaching the final minute of the end of the first half. Charles onto James. Bonner's ball from the back, picked up by Ingle. Perisset, and now Beaver Jones. Nusken. Poke it through. Oh, Herbinger with the back pass, and that was very, very fortunate. Sam Kerr closing down Laws, and it went the right side of the post from a Liverpool perspective.
Yeah, she'll be breathing a sigh of relief there. It's one of them blind balls, you know. Midfielders do it quite a lot, to be fair. They just play it back and don't. I'm not talking from previous experience, by the way, but they do. They just play it back and don't really read the forward play. But Rachel Laws does really well. She was on her front foot there as well. She didn't stay. She went to the ball and dealt with it well.
4 minutes of time added on. Hines forward for Van der Sanden. Unbeaten in their last 29 at home. Last WSL defeat was in February 2021. Kings Meadow against Brighton. The bad crowd in at Stamford Bridge. Counting down final games for Emma Hayes. It's going to be some farewell tour. But more to come at Stamford Bridge. Back next up, Paris FC on Thursday night here in the Champions League. Always scared to say that Kerr hasn't really been in the game because you usually end up looking very silly.
Yeah, that is the typical commentator's curse, isn't it? She's been quiet and then she pops up and scores a goal.
Roman Hogg, Koivisto. Roman Hogg trying to keep it going, no foul. Here's James. Clark gets a foot to it. Just a few seconds left. Taken off Erin Cuthbert's toes. Roman Hogg, very congested.
It's really hard because when Liverpool do win the ball, a lot of the time they're going central, and that's where Chelsea have got their bodies. You need to punish them in the wide areas like you see with Liverpool's goal. That's where they're going to get their joy, but they just go central where Chelsea got their bodies and they're able to win it back.
Cuthbert closed down by Nagano. And there we have it, half-time. Entertaining game. Chelsea with a narrow lead going in at the break. Lauren James with a goal and an assist, and sandwiched between that an own goal from Jess Carter. Good work from Shanice Van der Sanden. The champions in the lead at the break, Gilly, but hope for Liverpool going into the second half.
Yeah, they're still in this game. You know, I think Biddy will get in at half-time, he'll organise them. It'll be interesting to see if potentially they change shape a little bit and maybe go to a front three to pin Niamh Charles back. It'll be interesting to see if he does that, whether he stays the same way. But yeah, they're still in this game. You know, they've got their goal, admittedly, yes, from an own goal, but they've created that. So a little tidy up at half-time, and I think obviously with Chelsea, I think they've still got plenty more gears left in them as well.
Still finally poised at the break. Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Gilly. Well, remember, Chelsea made 6 changes coming into this game. but the connections are still there. They have dominated possession and they've looked comfortable, Anita.
Yeah, you can see that, especially on the left-hand side, the relationship they have there, that's targeting Liverpool's defensive line and trying to exploit those half spaces, and they've managed to get quite a few deliveries, haven't they, Karen, into the box?
Yeah, you know, I think Liverpool have really looked indecisive, particularly down this near side. You can see early on, I think, from what we were watching, that the spaces were going to appear there. And I think, you know, there's going to be some important decisions that are going to have to be made at halftime from Matt Beard's side about how they're going to address that.
Yeah, at times he's looked really frustrated. Let's get into that first goal, because Chelsea started really well, and especially the star, and I suppose she's run this first half, is Lauren James. Makes everything look so easy, Anita.
Yeah, she's just such an elegant player, and I think, you know, the first goal kind of comes from a moment of bad sort of decision-making as well from Liverpool turning over possession, and here you just see how effortlessly she's able to just ghost into the box there, take Gemma Bonner on there, 1v1, drop of the shoulder, create half a yard to get her shot off. And you know, she's a difficult player to stop, we have to say. You know, she's very powerful when she's running with the ball at speed as well. So
I mean, she's a huge threat, really, because I think if you're defending her, you don't know if she's going to go inside or out. You know, and she's so clever to kind of make Jem Bonner change direction, as you see there. She slows her down and makes her go around the outside.
Yeah, and it actually came from a turnover, because Liverpool were attacking, and it just goes to show when you're sloppy in possession, Anita, you can get punished.
And Chelsea's a team that will hurt you in those moments. Their, you know, defence to attack transitions are so quick, so direct. They always commit players going forward. And then you have the individual brilliance of a player like Lauren James that is clinical in those moments.
Yeah, but Karen, I suppose the thing that you want as a manager is what response are you going to get from your team? And 40 seconds later, Matt Beard got the response he wanted.
Yeah, no, it was a terrific response, and I mean, to be honest, like, this game has just been so exciting and so open, and I think it falls perfectly into, you know, Liverpool's game plan in terms of, like, let's build those transitional moments. And as you see here on the screen, you know, recognizing where the space is, you can see the run here from Van de Sanden, and she makes Jess Carter bite, and as soon as she's in behind, you can see the run from Koivisto in the center space here. There's loads of opportunities and threats into that near post space, and unfortunately for Jess Carter, just kind of ends up getting bundled in. But here again, she makes Jess Carter bite, and then Van de Sanden so quick around the corner, gives so many challenges. Is she going to threaten the near post space? Who's running in with Koivisto challenging that near post? And Jess Carter's really unlucky here, because she's trying to do her best to track back and just kind of bundles it in off her shin pads into the net.
Anita, we had a great chat actually during that half, an interesting one at that. The mind games that can go on in a player's head, because you were saying, Van de Sanden, why is she coming deep? Why is she coming for the ball when her strength's in behind?
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see, because like I said, I think with her speed, she causes a problem for the defensive line, like Jess Carter, whether or not she's going to step to her or drop off. But then at the same time, she's maybe got Jess in her head, knowing that she's a very good 1v1 defender and also has the pace to maybe keep up with her.
Okay, do you think coming into this game, Karen, that Emma Hayes maybe spotted a slight weakness in this Liverpool team? Because you were both discussing, actually, that they seem to be overloading down the left-hand side. Chelsea.
Yeah, certainly. I think, you know, Chelsea are quite, I mean, Emma Hayes is kind of one of those managers that you don't really know kind of what formation is going to come out, but she knows what her players are good at. And she has these principles of play that you see, you know, in terms of the Liverpool team is obviously getting attracted to the ball. You know that Koivisto is going to attack the space in front, so the space in behind that fullback, particularly the left space, is going to be available. And James just picks up the ball here, travels inside. You've got Niamh Charles on the left overlapping. Like, there's just so many threats and so many warning signs.
Yeah, they, you know, were given the warnings early on in the game, the left-hand side. I think the body position and decision-making in that scenario was not very good. You wanted the centre-back probably to step there and Koivisto to take the run. And if she comes inside like that, she has to make sure that ball can't get on the outside of her.
I'm glad you two are staying calm, because the Chelsea players are warming up behind us, going on at half-time. Some of the balls have been flying to us, so I'm on edge here.
We'll protect you, Alex, don't you worry.
Thank you very much. Look, goalkeeper right there, I'll protect you. But then Chelsea, let's carry on to talk about them, because actually 2-1, like you've just talked about, it came down that side.
Yeah, I think Chelsea are very clever with their movements. You know, there's always players filling those positions, and Sam Kerr's so good at stretching the line and creating space for others. And Lauren James, as you see here, picks up the ball on the left-hand side, and that's a deep cross into the far post area for Aggie Beever-Jones. But you have to say, I'm really disappointed with the way Liverpool defended the situation. They would normally pride themselves on defending crossing situations well, and Grace Fisk and Taylor Hines just get distracted and they lose concentration and sight of Agabiva Jones and let her get across.
You raise a great point, Needs, in terms of like what Liverpool backed themselves in doing, and it is kind of defending these crosses. Like Koivisto is nowhere near close enough to try to put that cross off from Lauren James. It's far too easy. But oh my goodness, what a header from Agabiva Jones. What the technique to just come through it, attack it, head it down. I mean, it's a goalkeeper's nightmare.
Yeah, and she's full of confidence as well, so it's great.
4 goals in her last 4 appearances. Actually, it's her first senior start.
So cool.
And what a story as well for Chelsea to bring these players through the academy and get her moment like that.
But Stamford Bridge as well.
Yeah,
I mean, what a place to do it, right?
Yeah, and that's credit to Emma as well. You know, she's blending in some younger players who've come through the academy, given the opportunity and exposure to show their talent, and she seamlessly, you know, transitioned to this team really well.
What does Matt Beard need to say to his team for the second half, Karen?
Oh man, I think it's going to be like, first and foremost,
was that he's going to be his reaction?
It's getting back to basics, though, isn't it? We discussed this, Needs, didn't we? I mean, about getting back to what you're good at, like getting up to the ball, slowing play down, making things predictable, because we know that it's been clear from the start that they were going to come down this left-hand side and try to expose the left, like Koivisto and Gemma Clark, obviously. So I say first and foremost, get up to the ball, slow play down, make it difficult for them to get balls in the box. Let's force play outside. I think we spoke about this as well. Some of the body shape, you're allowing players to come inside and putting Lauren James inside the area. She loves shooting.
Yeah, I think it's all about the details. You know, they've worked in a back 5 and had success doing it, but I think they've just switched off a little bit in those moments, forced the play out wide, and in transition moments, it's all about good decisions.
Well, okay, well, as Matt Beard has been frustrated in one dugout, Emma Hayes remains calm. And actually, she has been fully immersed in all the first half action here at Stamford Bridge, of course. But next season, she will be in the USA's dugout. And what sort of job has she got on her hands there? The USA are used to winning the World Cup, but this year they crashed out at the round of 16 and were lucky to get even that far. Here's the second part of her interview with Farrah Williams.
I'll never drop in a standard in anything we're doing. Like I'm just so conditioned to be like that. I said the timing, the opportunity, never going to come around again. Plus where I think I am in my life, plus not wanting to outstay my welcome. I think it's all of them things that I think were the deciding factors.
I think I was hoping that you hung out a little bit for the England job, but we can't always get our wish. But
you got the best manager. England's got the best manager.
Well, she's done well, but I was hoping you'd take the role after. But yeah. We talking about the US, just last question on them. Obviously, the World Cup, I felt like they was a little bit disappointing to watch. Yeah. I felt like they lost a little bit of identity. Yeah. Would you agree there's a little bit of work to be done in trying to get that identity back now? The old crop of players are kind of...
I wouldn't say there's a little bit of work to do. I think there's a lot of work to do.
Didn't want to say you're the boss, I'm scared.
But that's not... When I say that, I say it because I have a respect for winning. And that to win with such competition, you have to be your very best, and what that looks like will only really reveal itself once I'm working with the players, and my job is to set them up to succeed. It will be challenging for them, it'll be challenging for me, but it's certainly a challenge I feel well equipped to do.
Thanks for sitting down with me.
Thanks.
Good luck for the rest of the season with Chelsea. I would say with the US, but not only when you don't play England.
No, not yet. One day.
Top job by Farrah Williams there. It's always interesting to hear from Emma Hayes, and interesting to hear her say that she's got a lot of work on her hands with the job that she's got coming up, Nita. We managed to speak to her before that. She's not got a lot of time, actually, from leaving Chelsea and going to the Olympics in that job with that team.
No, it's not a lot of time at all, but you know, the expectation in the US is massive, as we said earlier, because of the legacy of winning major competitions, and this is a team that has won back-to-back World Cups, you know, previously. So she knows there's a big job ahead, but the main thing is that she has to enter a new dynamic as well, and can she understand the processes within that organisation, the team structure, and also the coaches and stuff that she will work with to get them there.
I mean, if I may, I think she does have a big job on her hands because, let's be honest, like they failed miserably at the World Cup, and really, I think everyone was incredibly disappointed. So we're going to see that there's going to be an injection of new players, new blood, new ideas, and I think, you know, an element of focus that we're going to have to see from what Emma Hayes does so well here at Chelsea, and how that transitions into being more collaborative on the pitch, you know, like finding the best players, but also developing the partnerships and the relationships on the pitch, because I think over the course of the World Cup, we saw that there was a lot of isolationism, you know, in certain areas and lack of cohesion.
It's interesting actually to see those pictures of how distraught the players were. At the same time, it's a big job, but actually is it an exciting one? Because like you just mentioned the word transition period there for the USA team.
A very exciting one for them, because the World Cup, they had 10 debutants really for that squad who were in their early 20s. So they've got a massive international future ahead of them. And now they go in with a fresh mindset, a new manager, new ideas, and hopefully a new feeling of extra motivation to sort of prove themselves again on the world stage.
And a manager that's got a new challenge and is fresh also, Karen.
Yeah, I think Emma Hayes is going to relish this challenge and this opportunity. I think what we've seen, you know, about her focus and her attention to detail, I think she'll experience this on an even grander scale, you know, when going out to the US. And the pool of players that's out there, I think, frankly, if I'm Serena Wiegmann in 4 years' time and she's still managing England, I'd be a bit concerned.
Well, it's going to be fascinating watching how she gets on. And actually, the USA are used to winning trophies, and so is our very own Anita Asante. Congratulations, WSL new Hall of Famer. How does it feel?
Thanks very much, Al. Yeah, I mean, obviously a very, very proud moment for myself, my family, and all the people that have supported my football journey. And yeah, it's just a great way to commemorate kind of where the game has come, you know, how far it's progressed too. So
alongside Ellen White there as well.
Alongside Ellen White, you know, another legend, and obviously Jill Scott as well, who was unable to be there, but I think it's great for the women's game.
Well, privileged to be standing right beside a legend, and you obviously as well.
She's more of a legend than I am, so it's all right. It's official now anyway.
Right, we're going to leave this love in a minute, and let's tell you what we've got coming up on the BBC. We've got plenty more women's football, because next week we're going to actually be at Anita's lot, Bristol City, for the visit of Manchester United. That game will be live on the red button from 12:15 next Sunday. And the women's football show is available tomorrow night from 10 o'clock on the iPlayer, or you can actually catch it at 12:35 on BBC One. Also on the BBC, you've got this.
When I beat the champions of the division, then you'll see me excited.
If you beat Tyson Fury,
I'll be over the moon.
Would you?
Yeah, of course. You know,
would you like to?
Yeah, of course.
Are you friendly with him?
Not really.
Louis Theroux interviews. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
Well, here's some knockout WSL fixtures to show you. You've got 5 games going on tomorrow. Everton v Bristol City up first, then Brighton taking on Arsenal. Remember, Brighton beat Manchester City last week, and the Gunners were 2-0 down at Leicester before hitting 6, so actually anything could happen there. Leicester themselves play Tottenham, and you've got West Ham taking on Villa, and then you've got the Manchester derby to round off the weekend. Well, one thing that's going on here today is that the Junior Blues are hosting an Instagram takeover. Their 2 reporters for the day are Robin Defoe and Soraya James, and they've been interviewing players, reading out the teams. They're going to be after our jobs next, actually. You can check out their work while you watch the second half. Here's a look back at the first half highlights.
Another crucial game in the Women's Super League. This could spell trouble. Lauren James with the shimmy and the shot and the goal. Clinical. They strike back seconds after conceding. And Chelsea back in front. What a moment for Aggie Beaver-Jones, scoring at Stamford Bridge.
Emma Hayes loving being back at Stamford Bridge. Talking to Denise Reddy there. Maybe she wants to see more of the same from her team. She complained about the schedule fixtures, but her team are delivering here today. Let's get you back up to our commentary team. Gilly Flaherty is alongside Robin Cowan.
Yes, thank you very much, Alex. It looks like Liverpool are making a change here, and Marie Herbinger is off for Missy Bo-Kearns at the break. Interesting one. Herbinger was very influential in that first half, so can only guess that it is an injury.
Yes, a surprising change to be made, but like I said, if she's coming at half-time struggling with something, then I think long-term Liverpool are going to want to protect her as well, so best to get her off. And obviously Missy Bo-Kearns is coming in, she's got experience, she offers something different to Liverpool, so she's straight back in.
It's Liverpool's Player of the Year last season. Coming into a game where Chelsea have the lead, and they've had more control, but Liverpool still capable of getting something out of this, and they've not won away at Chelsea in the WSL since August 2011, so long ago that Matt Beard was in charge of Chelsea at that point.
I was trying to work out then what my age would have been in 2011. I don't want to think about it.
That's given away by Perise van der Sanden. Again, it looks like the Liverpool goal is going to come from an error.
Yeah, Chelsea very fortunate. I think Shanice van der Sanden, if she was able to open up first time and take the ball away, she'd have been in a much better position, but she sort of takes her touch back towards Maren Mjelde.
Foul on Mjelde. Liverpool, an aggressive start to the second half.
Yeah, you see Liverpool doing a bit more of a higher press there. It's a little bit soft on my part there, I think, but she does connect with her. But yeah, a little bit soft.
Won by Clark. Roman Hogg. Flick from Carter. Was critical there. Van der Sanden was making her way into a good position. Plagued by injuries last season. Looks like she's finally back to full fitness.
I think what you're noticing as well from the start of this game already, Liverpool pressing a lot higher, they're starting a lot higher. Emma Kavisto's going to Niamh Charles, and Jenna Clark is really dropping in with Lauren James, which she wasn't doing in the first half.
Ingle onto James. Slip through for Kerr, who will get there. Here is Ingle. Now Cuthbert. James. Kerr. Oh, Rachel Laws has lost it. And the defence helps her out.
Yes, it's a great recovery there from the Liverpool defenders to get around and have Rachel Laws' back there, because she doesn't deal with that well at all. I think it's Gemma Bonner who's down hurt from that, but they had to be there because Sophie Ingle was there ready to poke the ball in. Yeah, you just see it here, obviously. It's a bit unsure really what Rachel Laws was doing. I think she wants to try and go for the punch, but doesn't manage to quite get there. It's a difficult ball. But here, Gemma Bonner and Grace Fierce, they both have to be there because Sophie Ingle was ready just to poke that one in.
Brave defending from Bonner. Got herself in the way. Goal-saving challenge to deny Sophie Ingle. And both sides look slightly suspects out of possession.
Yeah, I think both of them looking a little bit nervous. I think the chances are coming from turnovers. Obviously, we're just able to watch it again. Rachel Laws is nowhere near Nuskin there. But Gemma Bonner here, she's got one thing on her mind. She has to put her body on the line, as they say. And it's a brave block and a brave tackle.
Formerly of Chelsea, Gemma Bonner. It's become a really important part of the back line to re-signing. For a spell in NWSL in America. Well won by Roman Hogg. Pass towards Missy Beaukearns. A little too much weight on it, but again, that was an opening. Lauren James pursued. Occasionally it is like watching children run after it in a playground.
It's absolutely ridiculous. No one can get near her.
Kurt on the shoulder. Clark. Good hustling.
I think it's important today as well that, you know, obviously if Liverpool, if they are going to go a higher press and they're going to want Taylor Hines and Emma Kavisto to stay higher too, it's a big job that's needed from Grace Fist, from Gemma Bonner, from Jenna Clark, you know, because the space is there left. They're going to be 3v3, so they might get pulled out, they might have to cover positions, but they're going to need to all have a big afternoon.
So we've seen this with Chelsea the last few seasons. They do have the occasional game where they cruise through it, score 4, 5, 6 goals. But actually there's been quite a few times this season where it's been a 2-1. Thinking of opening day against Spurs in particular, where it's been a bit of a struggle, but this is Chelsea and they usually find a way through.
Yeah, and I also think you look at the bigger picture, you know, they are going to have them games where they're just clinical and everything they touch turns to gold and they put the ball in the back of the net, but then they are going to struggle other games. But ultimately, at the end of the day, as long as they get the result, they're not going to be too bothered if they're winning 1-0 or winning 2-1. I think with the congestion fixture as well, and they've got fixtures all the time. You know, they can't leave it to dwell on a previous game. So the important thing for them, I think, is just picking up the points.
Lugano's touch. Bonner onto Hines. Cuthbert gets a foot in. Balls nicely for Kerry Holland. That's picked up by Niamh Charles. Jess Clark should deal with that, although, well, Kerry Holland's done exceptionally well with that.
It's something she does so well, what she brings to Liverpool with that, especially when they play a high press, it really suits her. She's on her front foot, she's ready to lead it as well, lead the press and push the rest of the team up further as well.
Has that been the difference in this second half? Just starting position slightly higher for Liverpool?
Yeah, I mean, I wondered, I said at half-time, whether they would make a tactical change and go with a front three, but they haven't. They've just been a bit braver. You know, they've stayed in them positions, but the wing-backs are a lot higher up, and it helps the forward players because they can get closer as well, but just being more on their front foot, more aggressive.
Fisk finds Hines. Van der Sanden, the heavy touch, puts it through the legs of Cuthbert, off balance, off target.
Yeah, I think after she took that heavy touch, I think she expected the Chelsea defenders to sort of step out to the loose ball, but she was still able to carry on with it. But she's been such a bright spark for Liverpool so far this game. I mean, I think she expected a player to come, she snatches at it, but she's got the quality to be able to put that on target.
James. Flag has stayed down. And the crossfield ball out of play.
And I think when the ball gets played in the wide area, you see Nuskin, she takes a look up straight away, sees Aggie Beaver-Jones hanging on the back shoulder. Grace Fist takes a look as well to pick her up. You see what she's trying to do. She's trying to bend it all the way around the back line there for Liverpool, but just sort of overhits it and runs out of play.
Nuskin's header finds Kerr. James takes aim. And that is usually the outcome. Imperious in this match. Lauren James gives Chelsea a nice 2-goal cushion with another cracking strike.
What a world-class finish there from Lauren James. Chelsea win the first ball. You can see with the space on the right-hand side. Emma Kavisto's not got close enough to Lauren James all afternoon here, but what a finish from that angle and from that far out as well. You see Rachel Law, she chucks her hands up in the air as in to say, how has she been able to finish from there? It's an incredible finish. It's an incredible finish, but for me, the distances all game, Liverpool been off of them, you know, and been too far away from Lauren James. And when you give a player like that time and space, she's only got one thing on her mind.
Majestic James. 2 goals and an assist. A stupendous finish, but one that she makes look just so easy.
Yeah, so easy. I was just a bit like wondering, I'd take a little sit down at the moment, because to be able to make a finish like that when they're probably expecting the cross as well, sublime.
Cuthbert sweeps it out to the far side. It should be out of play for a Liverpool throw. And Liverpool have not done an awful lot wrong. Yes, they will, of course, be frustrated and analyse the manner in which they've conceded these goals. But sometimes just got to hold your hands up and just say that they've been up against a quality player who is in the mood today, it seems.
In midweek against Real Madrid, she had a few chances, you know, she come off the bench. She looked like she didn't get out of second gear at all, but she was still a huge threat. So today, for me, she looks hungry, she looks confident, she looks like she wants to go and get more as well.
At least Rachel Laws can perhaps claim the skill of the game. Do we like that from a goalkeeper, or do we get a bit nervous?
It makes me very, very nervous. I get a little bit twitchy feet there. I know Rachel Laws has got the confidence to do it though. But yes, it does make me very nervous.
Ingle pokes it to Eva Jones. Here's Nagano. Liverpool have Manchester United next in the Continental Cup, and then the home game against Brighton in the WSL before the international break. And both goals and the assists came from her left foot, as mentioned, Gilly. You're absolutely right, her so-called weaker foot.
She doesn't have one.
I think we can conclude that after today.
She does not have a weaker foot.
Good challenge on James by Clark. Here's Van der Sanden. Goes for the early cross in. Oh, Musovic came, and Mielda decides to take matters into her own hands. Corner kick.
Yeah, Chelsea looking a little bit nervous there as well. Obviously, Marielda, whether she doesn't hear a call from Musovic, she has to deal with it there. See Shanice van der Sanden here in the wide area. She puts the ball in. I mean, there's only one player in there anyways, but you don't hear a call from the goalkeeper, you have to deal with it, which is what she does.
Let's see what Liverpool can do from this corner. Missy Bo-Kearns towards the back post, and a good distance on the punch from Musovic. Back in by Nagano, away by Niamh Charles. Hines with the header now. Bonner trying to work the angle for the cross. Charles and Carter will sweep up. Liverpool in retreat. Oh, lovely from Kerry Holland, the dummy. Let it run through her legs. Oh, Van der Sanden will get there. I'm not sure if it was intended for her. Carter's header away. Holland goes down. That looks in the area. The referee unmoved. Looked like she's got the wrong side of Erin Cuthbert.
Yes, that's a big call. You know, I think Liverpool bench are all up. Arms in the air, they're expecting a penalty there. The Liverpool players expecting a penalty. So it'll be interesting to see whether it was close or not, or whether it was a penalty.
Here we go. Shall we see what Kerry Holland is complaining about? I think she's gone into the book for her complaints there.
I mean, it's on the edge of the box. I think it's very tight. Referee don't help with her positioning. For me, yeah, is Erin Cuthbert going to win it?
Kerr's shot. Well saved by Rachel Laws.
Yeah, 1v1 there for Sam Kerr. She's probably thinking of all the afternoon, just let me get a goal myself. You know, she's been involved in the goals, but Rachel Laws, I think she just stands her ground there. She makes it difficult. She doesn't come steaming out. She stands her ground. She makes herself big. It's a big save.
Top save from Rachel Laws. It's not been Sam Kerr's day, but there is still a lot of game to go. Aggie Beaver-Jones withdrawn with happy memories. And Johanna Ritting Kannerid on in her place. I'm very happy with her afternoon's work. Now Nusken. Cuthbert. Lovely first time ball into the channel. Here's Kannerid. Cuts in. And there it is. Lauren James with a hat-trick. Unplayable. Receives the adulation at Stamford Bridge.
Wow, she's had a fantastic afternoon. She's been brilliant. Here, obviously, good build-up play. Ritting Kannerid playing off the back shoulder of Taylor Hines. Great ball from Erin Cuthbert there. She's got one thing on her mind, and that's to go into the box. She cuts it back brilliantly. I think Nusken gets taken out in the process there, but Lauren James got one thing on her mind, and that's to put the ball into the back of the net. But Ritting Kannerid just on as well. Does really well to get into the game and set that up nicely.
A very convincing scoreline now for Chelsea. Floodgates have opened in this second half. And Lauren James having an afternoon that she will never forget. They've just stepped it up, and as Liverpool have tried to step forward. They've looked a little exposed, Liverpool. Still, they will plug away with Van der Sanden. Nagano. To play it in for Koivisto. Tidied up by Niamh Charles.
Yeah, I think for me, Liverpool just been a little bit wasteful going forward. You know, it's just that final decision in the final third. Is it the right choice to make? You know, and I don't think they've got enough bodies in the box either going forward. I think because they've been so worried and conscious about Lauren James, especially, they've kept their wing backs back, which meant that they haven't had that outlet going forward.
James on the ball again. Anticipation rising. Cuthbert into Sophie Ingle. Chelsea have found their ruthless streak. Won by Jenna Clark, but Chelsea regained possession very quickly. Careless from Musovic. Van der Sanden gets the decision this time.
Yeah, she's done really well this afternoon to be the outlet for Liverpool, really, because they haven't really had much going forward. But she's not stopped running, you know, 70 minutes near enough being played. She's not stopped at all.
Looks like she's approaching, getting back her form pre-injury. Sibo Kearns. That's a good header, lovely save. That's a fantastic stop from Musovic. That is world class. Or is it? Well, some confusion there.
What's going on? I mean,
Your guess is as good as mine. The offside flag up, perhaps.
I don't know what she's given there, though, because I don't know where it's offside, and because the ball's still bouncing, and she's giving it sort of not on a goal kick. It's a bit. I mean, it's a great header and a great save as well, and a goal line clearance from Perissé, but a bit confused really what that is for.
It's perhaps the handball, because someone picked up the ball after they were a bit confused by what the referee was whistling for.
Remind Alex Scott about the one that she done for Arsenal back in the day against Bristol, and she picked it up, give away a penalty.
I'm sure she really appreciates being reminded of that. Perissé with the free kick. Claimed by Laws. Bonner. Cut out. Naomi Elder. 6-0 win for Chelsea against Aston Villa. They ran riot at the Bescott Stadium. Another productive afternoon, this time at Stamford Bridge. Crunching challenge from Sophie Ingle. Pops up for Cuthbert. And now James. Striking fear into Liverpool hearts once again. Drop of the shoulder, works the space. James with the cross. Away by Hines. Ingle's header. Behind by Bonner.
They just cannot live with Lauren James. When she's hungry like this, when she's playing like this, I don't think nobody in this world would be able to get near her. She's just, she's had a brilliant game this afternoon, brilliant game, but they just can't get nowhere near her.
Corner taken short and delivered towards the back post. Another corner given.
Yeah, Liverpool are just doing their absolute best to make sure that the goals don't go higher up, and that they're defending as long as they just get something on it.
Perisset once again on corner kick duty. Luskin once again down. A little clash of heads there, but everyone okay to continue. So this is the slight confusion here.
It's just what happens afterwards. Is it that? Is it Missy Beauclerc then picking the ball up? And it looks like she gives the goal, so she runs off with the ball. Oh, there's confusion. Nobody knew what was going on, did they?
No change for Liverpool. Leanne Kiernan on for Van der Sanden. Lucy Parry also on for Koivisto. Leanne Kiernan got a really bad injury on the opening day of last season against Chelsea. The first appearance in the WSL this season.
Yeah, she's been such a big miss for Liverpool. Leanne Kiernan obviously played with her when I was at West Ham, played with her at Liverpool too. She had a big injury which she suffered against Chelsea in the first game of the season, come back, and then obviously had a little bit of an upset as well there. So just so grateful to see a player like that back on the field.
Changes as well for Chelsea. Ashley Lawrence coming on for Niamh Charles. Started the game in midweek against Madrid. Ashley Lawrence. Sam Kerr won't get her goal today. Replaced by Mia Fishel. She's had her chances.
Yeah, so obviously that 1v1 I think will be the one that she gets frustrated a little bit about. But you know, you have them days. She was involved with the goal. She was a link-up play too.
Could hear that from up here. Erin Cuthbert in the advertising hoardings. Well, she's made of tough stuff, Erin Cuthbert.
Yeah, she's a little warrior, but that wasn't nice to see or hear. Now you don't know what body part really that she hit on it, but yeah, the main thing she's walking, she's okay, she's back in play.
Back up and running. If that was me, I'd be calling for the stretcher.
I definitely want me getting back up, that's for sure. Was it where there's a blame, there's a claim?
Nice to see you exploring all financial avenues after retirement.
Got to be savvy, ain't you? That's why I'm up here and not down there.
Just under 15 minutes to go, and this is going to sting for Liverpool.
Yeah, it's been a difficult afternoon for them, but I also think you look at the bigger picture. Yes, they would have liked to have come here and taken something, but it's probably not one of them games at the start of the season when they look at their fixtures as this is a game where we are banking on getting points from. You know, if they got points, it would have been a bonus, I think, but I think there's a lot of other games targeting the league for them to pick up the points and take back home.
They've certainly improved, but having said that, a lot of the other teams have. You see Leicester, Brighton, all picking up points against teams that you wouldn't necessarily expect them to last season, at least. Tough league.
Yeah, it's a competitive league, and I think that's what we want in the WSL. And I think, you know, if teams, especially the top four as such, don't turn up on a day, they can get punished now, which might not have been the case in previous years.
Chelsea's busy schedule continues. Paris FC, conquerors of Arsenal and Wolfsburg in the Champions League qualifiers on Thursday. Here's Canarid, it's 5. Nuskin tapping in for her 4th of the season. Liverpool torn apart on the wings again, and it's turning into a thumping win for Chelsea.
So they win Chelsea win the first ball. There's a lot of space there. Lauren James has come right in off the line there. She's playing central now. Britton Canary is on the outside shoulder. Taylor Hines nowhere to be seen. I did think when she took initially that first touch that Nuskin would have been out of the picture by the time she took her second one, but Liverpool are scrambling to get back. She's still there, unmarked at the back post, and I know there's arguments that potentially she was offside, but she just stays behind, I think, for me, just in time.
And not an assist for James at this time, but very involved in that defence-splitting pass. Her awareness, decision-making, technique, quality has been on show in abundance today. Garno manages to find Kiernan. Pass bounces off Ingle to Missy Bow-Kearns. Nagano takes over. Nagano making way into some space. Picked up by Hines. Not a bad effort at all.
Yeah, it's not the first time that I've seen Taylor Hines strike like that, and there's been plenty of times she's put that in the back of the net. Good play from Liverpool to build it up from one side to the other, then come back across. I think Musovic was comfortable though.
Fourth and final changes for Chelsea. Erin Cuthbert's off. Jessie Fleming, her replacement. And Sherka Nuskin is off for Fran Kirby, who makes her 100th WSL appearance for Chelsea. 10 minutes to go. She'll fancy herself to get on the score sheet.
I'm always happy as well when I see Fran Kirby come on the pitch. Now I've got a lot of time for Fran. She was there at the beginning as well, She's seen the growth of the team.
And Jessie Fleming nearly gifting a chance and a goal for Liverpool, but Musovic, who's made some very good stops and made a good intervention there. And here is Kirby. Trying to get away from Bonner.
Yeah, Jessie Fleming's probably very thankful for Musovic as well, because obviously midweek against Real Madrid, she gave away the so-called penalty that wasn't a penalty, but she gave that away. So she'd be very grateful for Musovic to have her back there. Another one of them blind passes that we say the midfielders make.
Your case is building.
It is, it is.
Roman Hogg too physical on Jess Carter. And that Carter own goal that made it 1-1 seems a very, very long time ago now.
And I think that's what you just see from Chelsea, you know, that they have got the strength and the depth to go up the gears. Now, even if they're not performing that great, you know that when they come in at half-time, they're going to go up a level afterwards in the second half, once Emma's been able to sit in and have a chat with them.
Here's Parry. Finds Roman Hogg. Now Bo Kearns. Fisk gone to Hines. Done well there. Finds Kiernan. Holds it in towards the box. Away by Carter.
So again, just that final third quality that they've lacked this afternoon. Liverpool making the decisions. It's a great ball. Obviously, we're just able to watch this back here. The penalty shot. I do think it is tight. I don't think Erin Cuthbert, I think she's going to win the ball, but she obviously does connect with Kerry Holland as well, but it's borderline on the edge.
Goodness me, after Wednesday, I'm slightly pleased that we don't have to debate that. You were there at Madrid, Chile, although that wasn't really very debatable.
No, it was very, very bad decision.
Here's Kirby. Still managing her minutes after a lengthy time-out knee injury. Fleming. It's well cut out, once towards Lauren James. Nagano, no one engaging. Finds Kiernan. Showed a bit too much of that to Perisset. Easily cut out by Reeting Canarid. From a Liverpool perspective, Gilly, it's been quite humbling, and they've done in flashes some good things. Will Matt Beard be angry or disappointed by this?
Oh, I think it would be disappointing. I think in the manner that they conceded the goals in the first half, I think. But you know, they've just got so much quality, this Chelsea team, and they're able to go up a gear. And like I said, when Lauren James plays like this, you can't physically get near her. You can only just do the best that you can do, and you got to give credit to Chelsea for that. But it's back to the drawing board this week, and it's a new chance in the next game. But like I said to you, I don't think this is going to be one of them games where Liverpool would have gone, this is a three-pointer for us.
Next up in the WSL, next Sunday, 12:15 start on the red button, Bristol City against Manchester United. And tomorrow you can listen to the Manchester derby on BBC Sounds, 4:30. Mel Lawley coming on for Liverpool for Sophie Roman-Haug. Well, Ginny Flaherty, I don't think it's going to be anyone's surprise who you've picked for the Barclays Player of the Match today.
Yeah, I can't really say it was a close one today, but for me, Lauren James, she's been absolutely outstanding. You know, 3 goals, 1 assist. She's been involved in everything. She's been everywhere on this pitch. Times there's been 2-3 Liverpool players around her and still they can't get the ball. And yeah, she's been outstanding today, so she's my player of the game.
I'm not sure there'll be anyone here in the stadium or at home who can argue with that one. This is what she can do to you. And if she starts to do this on a more consistent basis, then that's going to be frightening.
Yeah, and what a huge bonus that will be for England as well. She can bring these performances, obviously we see it at the World Cup, bring these sort of performances to the international stage as well and carry that on. It's a great future for England, and obviously Chelsea are going to want to hope that she continues playing like this for them.
So 2 minutes of normal time remaining. The sense of jeopardy in this one was there when Liverpool made it 1-1, but it didn't last for too long. They've run away with it in this second half, Chelsea, and it is over to the challengers. Their nearest one's Arsenal, who play tomorrow against Brighton, but they will be 6 points clear at the top for today at least, Chelsea. James finds Ashley Lawrence. This was potentially a tricky one for Emma Hayes and Chelsea. Midweek fixture, a lot of rotation. She has trust in her fringe players as well. And as mentioned, Liverpool have come into this season a much more proficient outfit. Sophie Ingle charges that down. But Chelsea have juggled League and Champions League for quite some time now, haven't they? They've experienced in the fixture pile-up that it causes.
Yeah, they're used to it, you know, that's why they've got the squad that they've got as well. You know, you're looking at the likes of Mary Mielder, for example, who's come in. You know, she's come in, she's shown class today. She's dealt with everything that's been thrown at her. But you're going to need a squad. If you want to compete in all 4 competitions, you're going to need to have the use of the squad.
8 minutes of time added on. Fleming manages to find Lawrence. A cynical foul. That's going to be a yellow card.
Yeah, I think that's frustration coming out as well there from Kerry Holland. We say obviously a tactical foul when you see a player breaking, but I think she just had a bit of a frustrated game today. Probably felt she should have had a penalty. A few things going on as well throughout the game, but she's only got one thing on her mind there, and that's to stop the attack.
Held on to Sophie Ingle. Perissé. This extends Chelsea's home winning streak to 19 WSL games. Here's Kirby. Lays it off for Fleming. Touch takes her wide. And out of play for the Chelsea corner.
Shows as well when Chelsea are playing like this, you know, they're 5-1 up, they could just be, let's keep the ball. They're not, they're going for more goals. You're thinking Liverpool probably thinking 8 minutes, come on. But again, they're still trying to add more goals to the tally.
Lauren James getting the reception she deserves. She goes over to the corner flag. Plotting something with Perissé. Oh, beautifully done. Ashley Lawrence. Deflected away for another corner. Well worked.
Yeah, really good combination play there from Chelsea. Nice little 1-2 around the Liverpool players. Jessie Fleming drives into that space there. I think Ashley Lawrence was thinking she had a lot more time than what she did there, but still managed to win another corner.
Perissé delivers. Lugano's clearance straight to Kirby. Lawrence. Tries to turn in.
Yeah, good defending there from Jenna Clark. Ashley Lawrence is playing nice and high up the pitch, but you just got to make sure you stay switched on.
James. Kirby, palmed away by Laws. Another corner.
Yeah, there's a big save there from Rachel Laws. Under pressure as well, a lot of bodies around her. Does enough as well. Nice strong hand, not a little parry, it's a nice strong hand away.
Kirby. So yes, Paris FC on Thursday, and then Leicester for Chelsea in the WSL before another international break. Final round of UEFA Nations League fixtures. No nonsense from Carter.
Yeah, old school defending that is there, but again, I think that the ball from Kerry Holland to Leanne Kiernan, it's not good enough. It's overhit, you know, and then you're playing into the hands of Chelsea there. But that's what I just think Liverpool have lacked all afternoon, is that final third quality.
Obviously today, defensively, they haven't looked quite as solid as they have. But they have a fairly strong foundation. And with Leanne Kiernan still coming back to full fitness, it's that precision, isn't it, that they're just lacking.
Yeah, and I think any defender would have struggled to play up against Lauren James today with the form that she's in. And you look at it as well, you look at that back line, you've got Grace Fisk, who's just joined in the summer, Jenna Clark just joined in the summer. You see, forming new partnerships there with Gemma Bonner, with Emma Kavisto just come back from injury too, so there's been a lot of change, but they're in safe hands.
Flag has got up against Mel Lawley. Full time. A big win for Chelsea in more ways than one. And thanks to a quite scintillating Stamford Bridge display from Lauren James, whose star continues to rise. A hat-trick and an assist in that 5-1 win against Liverpool. Particularly pleasing for Emma Hayes will be that they've managed to do it after a taxing game in midweek in the Champions League in Real Madrid. The champions still the team to beat this season. Full time at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 5, Liverpool 1.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Gilly. The fans loving what they have seen here today at Stamford Bridge. Their team in cruise control. Very comfortable, Anita, today for Chelsea.
I think a comprehensive win for Chelsea today, a really dominant display from them, considering they had a midweek Champions League game as well. And obviously the star of the show, I think, Lauren James was exceptional, wasn't she, Karen?
Yeah, she was brilliant today. I mean, I'll tell you what, I think when the game was going on, we were just like, look how much fun they're having. They've got so much creative freedom, particularly Lauren and James, you know, and she just lit up the midfield. She covered every area, all over the pitch, bringing other players into play. So it's really nice to see. I think she's had a fantastic performance, but all round, Chelsea haven't skipped the beat.
We're seeing Emma Hayes there, talking to Amanda Sandon. Always a smile on Emma Hayes' face, but always setting the standards, always demanding more from her players, even though she will be leaving at the end of the season. She wants to go out on a high, Anita.
She absolutely does, and as Karen mentioned at the top of the programme, I mean, the players also, I think, will want to perform at their best for her and hopefully, you know, deliver another title potentially. And today, they really reflected that in their performance. They covered all areas, really dominant in those scenarios, but they were clinical as well and made it very difficult for Liverpool to create chances on them.
I mean, ultimately, that's been the difference, really, in their performances over the the course of this season already, hasn't it? The clinical nature and where they just put games to bed. I think we spoke about this, in the build-up to this game as well, Neats, around the principles of play, and every single player within an Emma Hayes squad knows exactly what's expected of them when they step onto that pitch, and the level doesn't drop, does it?
No. Tough day at the office for Matt Beard and his players today.
Yeah, really difficult game for them. At the start of the game, they did okay, but like I said to Karen earlier, I felt that they kind of took their foot off the brake in terms of the details and being defensively disciplined and dogged like we've seen in previous games, and they allowed Chelsea to exploit space that they had targeted in the first half in particular.
Yeah, we're asking that question. Is this kind of like a wake-up call for Matt Beard's side? Because obviously they started out the season, like Nita mentioned, that they were picking up points. There were some good performances, but yeah, maybe this will be kind of the wake-up call that Liverpool needs to kind of move forward and really learn and kind of, I don't know, take the performances to the next level.
Well, what can you do, actually, when you think about Emma Hayes rotated her squad today, Anita, to devastating effect and, to bring in the talent that she can call upon. And then you've got Liverpool facing players like Lauren James and everyone else. What can they do?
You know what? It's really tough for Liverpool, especially today, during the second half, when you see players like Frank Kirby come off the bench into the game, that doesn't bode well for you. Those players have worked really hard for 90+ minutes, and then suddenly you need to find the energy again to go again, and I think that was tough for them to deal with. Impact of substitutions as well.
No, exactly, and I think Neats, you and I discussed this about Liverpool, and do they have a plan B in their attack when they do see changes coming on? Straight out the gates, we saw that Chelsea was targeting that left-hand side of Liverpool, and they kind of changed and made some adjustments in the second half, but then the next threat came straight down the middle again, so it's like, how do you adjust to something that's constantly changing?
Okay, well, actually, let's hear from the star of the show today. Lauren James is talking to Betty Glover.
Lauren, congratulations. That was your first hat-trick for Chelsea. How does it feel?
Amazing, and I think even better to do it at the Bridge. And yeah, I think obviously with the news of Emma leaving, I think everything I do this year is obviously thankful to her.
I saw Emma talking to you just one-on-one, sort of walking you down the pitch at the full-time whistle. What was she saying to you?
Just how proud she is, and let's achieve big things this year. And yeah, I think I've had a difficult last week, obviously with the news and everything. So yeah, just thankful I could get confidence back with today's performance.
So is it sort of doing that for her as well, going out there, scoring that hat-trick, getting an assist as well, and you just look like you absolutely run the show?
Yeah, I think when I'm playing with a smile and happiness, and I've got happiness, who knows what can happen.
Well, congratulations, you are the Barclays Player of the Match. There we go.
Thank you.
It's so great to see Lauren James smiling, and so interesting there to hear her say everything that she is going to be doing this season is for Emma Hayes, which shows the role that Emma plays, not just on the pitch and coaching players, but actually away from the pitch as well.
Yeah, I think, the relationship that Emma's developed and cultivated with Lauren, you can see they've built that trust between themselves as well, and how much it's helped Lauren push on as well and show the next levels that she has to perform for this Chelsea side. And it's wonderful to see, because you can really see that she's loving just being on the pitch and playing for this football team.
It's actually really funny as a reach for the stars comes blaring out in our ears here at Stamford Bridge. But Emma Hayes will be reaching for the trophy that she hasn't got yet, which is that Champions League.
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, off the back of the midweek fixture against Real Madrid, we saw some, real impressive moments, but we also saw some vulnerabilities in this Chelsea side. But the ability to kind of get the job done, see off a team midweek, and then, again at the weekend, and then prepare again for another midweek fixture. It's just kind of like a well-oiled machine, isn't it? Listen, this will be massive for her with her last final season. The team are going to be pulling for her to bring that trophy, and the amount of focus that she has in preparation for that is incredible. So you like to think that they'll be able to see off this group and see it into the next stage, but yeah, I imagine that they'll put this one to bed, look at what they can improve on, and then just have their sights set on Paris.
Well, Emma Hayes rested her captain Millie Bright today. She won't be too happy to see her dancing on the pitch as the New player. You're supposed to be resting, Millie. Let's have a look at how the table stands at the moment. Chelsea still unbeaten, 6 points clear. Arsenal will be playing Brighton tomorrow. 5 WSL games going on tomorrow. A big game between Everton and Bristol City down there at the bottom tomorrow. Let's get back over to Betty Glover, who's got Matthew Beard with her right now.
Thanks, Alex. Matt, thank you very much for joining us. Can you just sum up what your reaction is after that game?
Desperately disappointed. Look, Chelsea are a top side, but we can't gift Chelsea the goals that we've gifted today. And the second goal is an example. 7 seconds with the ball going out, and then within 2 passes, the ball's in the back of our net from a throw-in. And we prepared the team for that this week. Quick set plays, turning the ball over. Against these types of teams, you get punished, and we've been well and truly punished today. We shouldn't be conceding 5 goals, and that's desperately disappointing.
What have you said to the girls after the game?
We've let ourselves down. We've let the fans down that have come down to support us today. I felt Chelsea wanted it more. First balls, second balls, tackles. They had that desire that we didn't have for whatever reason. Uncharacteristic, yes, but you can't freeze like we have done today. It's not good enough.
Of course, a player like Lauren James is so hard to defend against, but what have you learned from this game?
You can't give the ball back to Chelsea as quickly as we did today. We need to trust ourselves in possession. Yes, Lauren's a world-class player, but we had opportunities to stop the ball getting to her before their moment. So, look, it's a big lesson for us today against these top sides, which we need to learn very quickly.
Right, Matt, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, a tough one for Matt to take with his team there, but one of those that you reflect on as a player and you learn lessons, but games come around so quick in this league, Lisa. It's about going again.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll analyse the performance, they'll try to look at the areas that they can improve, and they have to just push on and look ahead to the next game and try and get a better performance and hopefully result as well.
Karen, let's go back to the star player of today, Lauren James. Let's look at that hat-trick, shall we?
Oh, yes, please. Absolutely.
Well, let's go back to the first one, how she got her first goal.
As you can see here on the screen, Lauren James is constantly threatening this back line. She continues to run, she cuts inside, cuts outside, and it's just an exquisite finish. But, I mean, Gemma Bonner, can she do more to kind of put her off? But ultimately, I think this goal comes from a dispossession from Liverpool. It starts with Liverpool, just losing possession in the midfield.
Yeah, and again on the second one, it starts from build from Liverpool actually. And you've got to give credit to Sam Kerr because of her movement and timing to just draw out the centre back and the full back there, creates that time and space, picks out Lauren James, and here Kovisto probably has to do better to get tighter to her, but it's a fantastic finish again from Lauren, who takes it early on her. We won't call it her weaker foot anymore because I've seen too many of these goals from her, but that's individual brilliance again to just hit that low and hard across the face of the goal there. Yeah, fantastic finish, and I think that was the issue for Liverpool. They couldn't cope with those spaces that Chelsea were exploiting. Again, a ball into the channel, direct impact from Ritin Kanye-Reid here to just cut inside, pick out someone in the box, and it's the desire.
The determination,
right? Determination from Lauren James here, as we said, Karen, to just come in, sprint into the box for the second phase and smash that ball into the back of the net.
There she is with the match ball. Another big smile. Makes everything look so easy. Someone else who makes winning look easy is the Chelsea manager, Emma Hayes. She's with Betty Glover right now.
Emma, thanks so much for joining us. Alex just said you make winning look easy. What do you think about that?
Brilliant players, brilliant people. This year there is something different in our dressing room, and that's not just because of different personnel, but I think everybody's playing their role, and if they're not starting, they're focusing on what they need to do better, and they're ready. I trust every player, and I believe that when we make changes, they can cope because of our training methodology. And I just said it to some of the players out there, after the week we've just had, we've been travelling non-stop, That was a tremendous team performance.
5-1 win. You've got some amazing young players in your squad, one of which is Lauren James. How special is she?
I mean, Lauren knows what I think of her, and she's someone who still is a young player, and we always want everything from young players. But today she showed the best of herself, both sides of the ball, and she was unstoppable.
I saw you talking to her one-on-one at the end. Can you tell us what you were saying to her?
Definitely not. That's between me and her.
All right, fair enough. And just sum up that performance as a whole today. 5-1 win at Stamford Bridge as well. Does it get any better than that?
Team. It's all about team, and if the focus remains the same, they carry out the game plans as we ask them to do. You know, I'm really enjoying watching my team play right now.
What a week, Emma. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Cheers, thank you. Thanks.
Karen, listening to Emma there, it's like full of emotion. It's like she's still taking everything in.
It is, but you know, that's the passion that she has for this game, this team. You know, she's been a part of this for so long, and she's helped develop so many of these players, and to see that reciprocated, I think, from her players back, you know, the performances that they want us to put out on the pitch, it's all for her. And I think she's hit the nail on the head about, you know, the players in this team, there's so much left to give. They're ready for anything.
It's going to be hard who walks in that door next to Lisa.
Yeah, I mean, I feel for whoever's coming in next, because, like I said, those are big shoes to fill, and this is a club that has a history of winning, you know, back-to-back league titles, and you can just see how much she means to the club as well. She's been such a big kind of custodian of Chelsea Football Club, and that's going to be really tough to replace the personality, the charisma, and the person that is Emma Hayes.
She's had such an influence on so many players across the WSL, Karen.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she manages the players so well. She communicates things so well. That passion just rubs off on all the players, and I think this league is better for her, but we'll certainly miss her when she leaves.
Well, I wonder who's going to put their name in the hat for the Chelsea job. I think Farrah Williams still wants it. I think that's the rumour going around too.
I think let's keep spreading it anyway.
Yeah, keep spreading that rumour. But it's going to be a tough one. But a huge thank you for joining me today, Anita and Karen. It's been a delight. We've been treated to an entertaining game. They're back here at Stamford Bridge on Thursday, Anita, in the Champions League.
Yeah, big game against Paris FC. Beaten two big world beaters, but I think they're capable of doing it, Ala.
Okay, well, that's it from us here at Stamford Bridge. Do join us next week as Bristol City will be taking on Manchester United. We'll see you then.
Another crucial game. Lauren James with the shimmy and the shot and the goal. Clinical. They strike back. Seconds after conceding. And Chelsea back in front. What a moment for Aggie Beaver-Jones. Takes aim, and that is usually the outcome. Imperious in this match. Lauren James with a hat-trick receives the adulation at Stamford Bridge. Nuskin, a thumping win for Chelsea.